Hello everyone, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. So continuing to advance this colony. Thought to myself last night, what are some of the priorities that I wanted to, and quickly realized probably priority number one, making sure I've got another pump already set to go before this runs out. That being the case, let's build a path down to here. Put in liquid pump, and just before I go any further, just make sure these guys aren't bored looking for something to do. Now, I think I want to dig out around here, just to have room for all this water to go sit in. It's better to dig this out now rather than adding water and trying to dig inside water, I figure anyway. So I'm going to need a pump, or pipe rather. It's going to go, let's see, I'm going to put a tile right there. We'll go through that later. That's where I'm going to put my wire and pipe through. So I'm thinking I want to add some insulation. Oh, this guy forgot about you. Alright, so I temporarily disabled that. Well, a little bit too long, but let's re-enable that now. So this pump has power. It's looking for the pressure, looking for hydrogen. If both satisfied, then it's going to run. I see a little bit of polluted ice. I'm worried that that's going to melt and drip down here. So if I dig that out, that'll help that from happening. I'm going to add some insulation. So we've got a really cold zone around us. We'll do this. Build a bridge out of ladders going across like this. So we've got an intense cold area. We've got a very cold and a mildly cold with new liquid coming out. And I don't want this liquid to freeze. That's why I'm adding that insulation. Idleness. Hold everything for a moment. Okay, so they've dug this out, which is good to see. Continue to do this. Just there's lots of room for liquid to fall. Also want to start putting together living area. I think we're going to start with the Great Hall. Food. Stay on top of that because we're still going for the locavore achievement. Whoops, 39. Sure. So highest priority is making sure this pump is live by the time it's needed. Now, when I take this pipe and I send it in the past, if I have two different inputs in this system, things get messed up. So what I'm going to do is just join the pumps at this point right here. Looking at, I'm going to enable some teleportation equipment. We've got this guy here, so we'll activate that. Oh, maybe before we activate this one, let's just dig down here just to have a spot for that water to flow out into. So for a Great Hall, we need some mess tables. Let's make a blue flower pot. Water cooler, put that right there. Maybe room for 2 new tables later on. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just do that. Then start our fire pole together. Just make sure these guys have something to do so they don't go idle, get bored. Back over here. So the pipe is being built. Insulation is there. The other thing I want to do is make sure this guy doesn't become overpressured in time. So let's build a ladder going up like this. But before I actually get into this zone, let's make sure we've got a spot down here for that liquid to fall into, so it falls down here rather than down here. Also want to get access to this guy to block that off, because I don't think we're in need of steam anytime soon. That's just going to cause heat in our overall environment. Back over to this asteroid. Thinking we've got enough room for liquid to fall out. We're going to get access to this water over here. It's going to be used by the washroom. Oh, I can see we're going to have an issue here. Don't want that outhouse to become plugged up. Let's make that a priority action. Okay, if we mop up this, it's going to make it so that anyone who uses the teleportation equipment won't get their feet wet. Also want to make sure this is power, because there may come a time when I am in a jam where I need to send some food over to the other asteroid. I want to have this built before, just to make things easy in the future. Getting up here, I'm not going to actually go down there while this is going off, but at least we've got a path to get there. So opening up a spot here for a nature reserve. So I'm thinking Great Hall. Do we have a plant? Yeah, mallow seed. Barracks, washroom. And then nature reserve will connect into, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 plants this zone right here. Once we get to that point. So they're going to be busy. These guys got some work to do down here. They've got some insulation. Anywhere else is insulation is needed, I'm thinking probably over here too. So we'll make our way over to there. Try not to knock over some of these sleet wheat plants. Take that out. And yeah, we'll get there and then design the rest of that once we have dupes in that area. Not a fun job, but minor. But once you're done, that's lots of storage for this brine liquid. I also want some liquid I can use as coolant for a metal refinery. I think I could potentially use this cool stuff. I think instead I'm just going to build a ladder going down like this. Maybe skip that last two. Put a pump down here. And we'll use this as a cache of liquid to do metal refinery. Initially, we're going to have a better way to handle that heat, but for now, that will do. Okay, if I could sneak in here, would be nice. Oh, they'll never actually build that unless we can dig that out of the way. It would be nice if I could get a few of these guys trapped in a room. Whatever room that is, if I built some wiring, we could get some easy power at nighttime. A little bit of food there. How are we doing for food here? We're getting low. Let's have a look. Is there any wild plant? I think Pip's probably planted those seeds. Some mushrooms there. Let's dig that out, get access to this. Some food here. Some over there. So once I get the locavore achievement, we're going to be planning stuff here, and we'll have to go around looking for some various buried objects and muckroot to survive. Oh yeah, why not get access to this? Because this is going to be some future meat source. Might be over a long or a slow period, but something. And I'll even, hopefully I remember to cancel some of these wild plant cropping tending, but for now, it'd actually be useful. Okay, so calories going up a little bit. Let's have a look at where I am with the locavore achievement. LOC 325, so we're getting there. Be very exciting. So I had thought last episode that I was going to put a pip stable over here and came up with a different design. I haven't tested this design yet, so we'll see how it works, but it's going to be of height 3, and I'm going to be planting a bunch of these thimble reeds. We'll see how it works out. I'm thinking of putting that in this zone. I don't know that I'm going to get started in this episode, but that's a plan so far. Back over here. Gonna open, create some doors. Could be a future power plant. Okay, so I think we can start dropping some liquid down. Let's make that a priority. Move this out of the way. Move this out of the way as well. This is my future nature reserve area. We'll get there in time. Okay, so this is where the barracks is going to be located. Let's put 2 cots like that. Inspect here anything. Okay, don't want to stay away from this the moment, because that's too hot right now. Let's have a look at skills. Alright, these guys animal. So I'm going to give them more digging skills. I'm going to hold off on the super duper hard digging until we get a little bit more morale rooms ready over there. Well, I'm glad to see new water source converging at this point, so we're not just relying on this. Hypothermia. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult job, but we're going to get this water out of the way. I'm going to open this up with the hope that maybe some of these guys will eventually get trapped in there. Also want to get access to this water for the washroom. Oh, new printing item. I don't think I'm ready for a new dupe yet, especially given the food situation. Tiny bit of food printed. Let's also see another spot I wouldn't mind having access to down here. This is going to move those Sweetle eggs over. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Just keep them where they are. Eventually, I don't know that this will matter, but eventually this area here, critters are going to hatch. They'll become overcrowded. Just in case that's an issue. Let's open up this whole zone. I don't want to open it over here because this is actually part of a stable. So we're going to open up this so it gets a little bit bigger. Keep looking at skill points. That's because some dupes over here, I don't want to give them the skill points just yet. Okay, so we're going to do some mopping because we don't want people to eat or sleep where it's very wet. But I see a barracks. They won't actually use that location unless I get rid of these guys. So that's a great hall. Or we're going to be a great hall, so not at the moment. I think we can just simply fill a tile in there. That's going to be a big morale bonus just doing that. So this is where the washroom's going to be. We'll also need over here. Just making sure they can actually get through. I think that should be good. So this pump's going to need some power. Conveniently, something left this for us. So we've got that. If I get a pump up, or pipe up rather, then we'll have a water source we can use. We'll direct that towards the washroom down here. This might dual as a pathway to this. Of course, we'll also have a path down here for the nature reserve to get there as well. Might actually be able to use some of these plants in the nature reserve. Oh, but they're going to expire. Bring the fire pole down a little bit. Put a ladder here. Oh, why can't we do that? There must be a plant. There we go. Nope. Nope, I cannot put anything there. Let's open this up so that fry fish can get out of the way. I don't see any shine bugs, so I'm just going to open up these. I can trap one of these little pug slugs in there. Oh, let's go to the other asteroid just to make sure that they don't stay idle. Okay, so there's still being a bridge built there. Got some construction over here. This area is all dug out, so we can go in here eventually. Starvation. Oh, that might just be someone on the way to food. Can activate this equipment. Eventually, I'm going to have to send scientists over to this world. But let's get actually a path available to actually access that first. Okay, we're going to dig up here, empty this zone, get access to some food, get access or close to access to teleportation equipment. See some driglet eggs. Sweep this one. This one too. Don't need to incubate these as much, but we'll do a round on cycle 50 just for creating stock stables of Drecklets, Drecos in the future. So ranchers should be getting up and heading into this room. They're going to be trapped in there when they get there. What is the chance? This is okay. This is a risky thing. I need to not forget about rancher. What's some of the local material? Igneous. Build that out of this. High priority. Let's move some stuff out of the way. Otherwise, it's going to be more difficult to move it later. Start with iron. A little bit of coal. Okay, while that is going on, just making sure rancher stays productive. Alright, so they're going to give this old bifect on this egg one more. And then I believe there's third and final one. Oh no, one more we can do after that. I'll just do that one and two. And they can leave after that. Scalding. So probably went off. Yeah, let's cancel that. Until things have cooled off. Be very excited to get that locavore achievement. I see some polluted oxygen is going to be making its way down, so let's build one of these guys here. Put one there, one here. Plug them all in. Nearly complete the installation up here. So we have the similar thing going on up here. The way that abyssalite had formed on this particular asteroid is not the best. But we can handle it. Back over to the other asteroid. Okay. Some mopping. This is where our washroom is going to be. We're going to put in park sign. create a sink. Technically, I only need one if the dupes don't have the same schedule here. I might have different dupes go in and out. You know what? So let's not. It's not going to be a big deal just to add 2 of these. Okay, so these are all going to need water. And they'll all need an output of polluted water, which we will store somewhere. Well, this is cycle 50, so I'm going to end this episode at the end of this cycle. But we've nearly complete the insulation. That little area, going to get down over there. This spot here is going to be for, I'm going to open that up, for the initial metal refinery, though I'm going to have a different cooling system eventually. So that metal refinery, I think, is going to go in this space next to the heavy watt wire system. Check if there are any skills to give out. Artistic design. Okay, so now we've got access to these zones. Just make sure that I'm actually cooking things I want to cook. Okay. Lace loaf, let's make that. At least until local achievement is done. There's a few plants I could get access to, but I don't know. Oh, let's. All right. Well, I think that's gonna. No, let's do that. I'll forget that next time. I'll work on that then. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully, I will see you next time where I continue advancing this space. Until then.